right, welcome to Joe's Rat Pack. I'm your host, Joe Neal, where we talk about interesting topics, music, food, and of course, drink. Okay, so conversations in this podcast can be fun, interesting, and maybe provocative. We don't know. Okay, so why Joe's Rat Pack? So the title alone, Rat Pack. Rat Pack was a really unique member of iconic members in the industry, especially in music and actors, likes of Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Joey Bishop, and Peter Lawford. Okay, and those guys were ultra. They epitomized the word cool in the 1960s, and I'm cool because my mom says I am. So, with that, and not only that, they were known for their shenanigans and just all around great persona, and that's exactly what I wanted to bring to the show. That type of humor and that type of persona for everybody to kind of share. Okay, so doing this podcast or even coming up with this took months in the planning, a lot in here that was the most. This is what took a lot of time, was getting my mindset, and that was really hard. And I had some challenges and fears, and I cried because I didn't want to do this, or I wasn't sure if I should do this. But with 100 million podcast viewers in the United States alone and 400 globally. You think about it. I mean, that's such a wide audience. There's so many topics. I mean, there's so many topics. Everyone is gravitating to what interests them most, and that's exactly what I wanted to do today. Is bring out topics that were interesting and fun and things that you wanted to talk about. So today, our first podcast, I brought in some friends to help me out, and they're also doing their first podcast. And hopefully what they're going through, you might be going through as well. Okay, so I brought in some friends to help me out, and I'd like to start it from on my right. He is the owner of Remax Sky here in Los Angeles and Alliance Escrow. He is Los Angeles luxury expert and entertainment music expert, Dr. Julio Midolo.
Thank you, Joey.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Good. We also have Los Angeles realtor and San Fernando Valley, your homegirl, Miss Nydia Wong. Hello. Okay. And we also have Los Angeles realtor and La Habra real estate expert and owner of the Gomez Realty Group, Mr. Jose Gomez.
Hello, everybody.
Gomez. Yes, I like saying Gomez. I'd like to start with a little segment called Eating at Joey's. Okay? This is where I share some of my passions, food, as you can tell, and drink. So, I'd like to start the show with the drink of the show. So, Julio, we do us the honors of presenting the drink of the show.
I see that you poured something. I can't wait to see what you poured.
Okay. Yeah. Drum roll, please. Here we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Wow. Look at that. Thank you, sir.
Awesome.
The drink of the show today is the one and only Glenmorangie 18-year Scottish single malt Scotch.
Wow.
Guys, this drink is ultra delicious. You guys are going to really enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy it too. Please help yourself. I even have a special drink for our media and production producer, Mr. Tony Garardo from Garardo Films. I'm saying it really bad. So Tony, forgive me. Love you, brother. Okay, guys, take a drink of this.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, and enjoy.
Awesome.
Okay, take a drink.
Wow.
You guys taste
smooth.
that? It's
Very
delicious,
smooth.
isn't it? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like
I mean,
it.
this is a smooth taste. It's got a little bit of a, if you think about it, so smoky apples and walnuts. I mean, candy walnuts. And you know what's in here, guys?
It's not binge drinking.
No, it's not. It's not binge drinking. It's a tasting. Exactly.
And it's classy.
Guys, you know what's in here?
I smell the smokiness.
So you smell that?
Yeah.
You know what's in here? Hope. Hope's in here.
All right.
Guys, take it.
There you go. I like that.
Exactly. That's for my brother Tom. Okay, guys, so we're going to start with the first questions that we're going to have. We're going to direct this to Julio. Julio, what was your driving force and leading into doing a podcast?
Well, I got inspired by some friends that do podcasts now. And I think for me, what I'm trying to encompass in my podcast is the ability to be able to share a little bit of my life and how it relates to community, to family, to things that I'm involved with every single day of my life, right? So as real estate professionals, as business owners, right, we have the ability to do and be around a lot of many interesting people, like you mentioned earlier. So I want to be able to share that with my fans, share that with the community, and bring value more than anything, right? Be entertaining and bring value so that they can always take something out of every presentation that I bring through a podcast.
Well, that's good. It sounds like you really have, you really did a lot of thought process into that. I mean, it's a broad scheme.
Well, you have to think about it, right? There's so you said there's so many podcasts out there, right? So what really makes it interesting? Why does somebody want to watch my life, right? Why does somebody want to watch what I'm going to put together? So I think if you bring an educational piece to it, I think it may catch people's attention. At the very least, my own family and my friends.
Absolutely, you'll have fans there for sure.
Of course.
Okay, Nydia, same question. What was your driving force on doing your first podcast and doing a podcast?
Well, to start, you guys are pushing me. No.
That's true.
But in reality, I always wanted to do something where I can leave a footprint before I'm gone. You know, it's always been this thing where I want to help others, and it's what's better than doing a podcast to help people. You can help a larger group of people at the same time instead of just one person. And if I could, I have like over 20 years of experience in lending. You know, I've been in real estate a little bit over 5 years, and I have this knowledge, and it's like, what do you do with it? You know, why am I going to keep it to myself? Let's share it, throw it out there, and help those that have a difficult time asking the questions or don't know what to ask.
Wow. Sounds like you have like this sharing, you have a lot to share, and you probably want to just give it out to the world, right?
Might as well.
You sound like a caring.
Why keep it to yourself?
I know, you sound like a caring person. That's awesome. That's a great outlet. And Jose, same question. What prompted you to do a podcast? And don't say that we pushed you.
No, absolutely not. I think more than anything is being able to share your knowledge. I've been in this industry a little bit over the 17 years, and being able to share and promote home ownership and also portions of my life, what I like to do, right? So we're all interesting. We're all different. We all have different passions, and real estate is one of them. I'm a car enthusiast. That's another. So I would like to encompass all of the stuff that I like and, talk about interesting things, whether it's cars, whether it's, a home. I'm a homeowner. So, for those that are looking to buy, I'm able to give them my experience of being a homeowner. What are the benefits? I'm a car enthusiast. So it's the same thing, being able to show and share my passion with vehicles, classic cars.
Oh, classic cars?
Classic cars. American classic cars.
Do you own a classic car?
I do.
What do you own?
I have a 1968 Dodge Charger that I've had for over 20 years.
What size of engine?
It's got a 383.
Really?
383, nice strong engine, and it'll get a new heart. It's going to get a transplant maybe by the end of the year, so that's in the works right now. So.
But does it have power steering?
It does have power.
Oh, does it? It's one of those, huh?
You thought you were going to get them, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it doesn't have. It doesn't have air conditioning.
It doesn't have air conditioning.
Oh, yeah.
No air conditioning. So yeah, maybe
But it's got the window vents, so it's okay.
Natural air conditioning.
It's what the audience doesn't know. These guys, believe it or not, they're all adrenaline junkies at one point. This guy, Jose, has loves fast cars, right? Jose loves fast cars and motorcycles, and Nydia has a motorcycle. And trust me, those guys, that right there is adrenaline. For me, I don't drive more than 35 in a 20, in a 55. So I'm like driving Miss Daisy.
Keeping it safe.
Yeah, I keep it safe. Driving Miss Daisy, I'm Miss Daisy and the driver. Nobody likes driving. Ask my wife.
Right.
But you guys should collaborate. An adrenaline, like an adrenaline junkie type of event. You guys should collaborate. That'd be awesome. I want to be in the sidecar.
All right.
I'll be the sidecar.
Well, you'll be the spectator.
I'll be the spectator with a Snoopy hat, right? Okay.
With some goggles and a scarf for Joe.
When I first started, I was thinking about, what can I name it? And of course, I touched a little bit about, how naming a podcast. Have you thought about a name, Julio?
I'm still on the fence. I'm bouncing back the name Backstage. As you know, I'm involved a lot with music and being an anchor for people in real estate through music. So Backstage is something that's kind of resonating right now. But it's hard, because my life is not just music. It's food. It's wine. It's whiskey. It's cars. It's so much. So yeah, I'm still on the fence. But Backstage seems to be the direction I'm going right now.
Yeah, it suits you, man. You're always backstage with the with the artists and
Yeah.
stuff. So that's awesome. And you just started getting involved in something like that.
I did.
Like I'd say 4 years ago, 5 years ago,
Actually, right before COVID.
just before COVID.
Right before COVID.
Really?
Yeah.
It always seems like you're always with the stars.
Yeah. I try.
You
I
try. It's awesome, man. It's really good. Nitty, have you thought about a podcast name?
I have not come up with a name. I've thrown a lot of names out there, but I'm still back and forth. Like, okay, yes, I want to share knowledge when it comes to real estate and what I do in my career, but I love riding my cars. I love riding my motorcycle. Same thing, whiskey, cigars. I love all that. But one of my passions that I had started in the past and put on hold is fitness. That's one that I really do want to bring back, but there's so many ideas on that one, and I know it's going to get out there, but I'm not ready to really put it out
put it
in
out
words yet until it transforms.
So fitness, I believe one time you had a fitness gym of some sort, right? You had a
Well,
business like
I
that,
did
right?
it privately for a long time. I was going to open up my own gym, but that ended up falling through on my end. I just had way too much on my table at the time, and I have to focus on one thing at a time. And right now, it's this right
That's
here.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's really good. And that helps out a lot. And Jose, tell me, have you thought about a podcast name?
Yeah, we bounced around names, and I think the one that I gravitate the most is going to be Full Throttle.
Full Throttle.
Yeah. So I think
That's
it's
so you.
Wow, how
That's so
original.
you.
Yeah.
Wow, like that doesn't fit you at all, Jose.
right.
Right? We're going to have to take all of this outside.
Everybody put backstage Full Throttle with Nydia.
There you
How
go.
about that? There you go.
There you
go.
There's your podcast name. It's awesome. Okay, this one's to Nydia. Who's your target audience? Because you have such a wide range. Who do you think your target audience is when you get down it? What do you think it's going to be?
Right now, I might bring it more specific at some point, but right now it's small business owners. I love the energy that hustlers have. Like they're out there, they're hustling from
True
the bottom
hustler.
up. They're working their ass off for their family, doing what they love. And that's where I want to take it, because they have a hard time, taking time out of work for anything else, so I want to be able to put the focus and help them out a little bit more and make it easier for them to become homeowners.
Yeah, that's good. That's awesome. Jose, same question.
Target audience, I would say it's somewhat general. It can be, down from the regular, house buyer to your car enthusiast, right? So, and also too, I forgot to mention too, I like Muay Thai, kickboxing. So also the athlete, fitness people, people that like, fitness, cars, houses. So it's a little bit of everything. So, I'm not going to keep it just, in general this, but it could, it can really encompass a good group of people that, have the same passion as myself, whether it's cars, whether it's homes, or whether it's fitness.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good. Julio, same question. Who do you think your target audience is going to be when you're all done?
I think my target audience is anyone that wants education on how to buy a house. I mean, I have like Jose said, we've from the martial arts world to the music world to the college student that got their first job world. I think there's we send out so many messages in what we do, and really I love working with young people. I love educating somebody on the process of how to start and how to create sustainable wealth, right? And start creating a portfolio so that they have the ability to retire and not have to work until they're 65 or 70 years old, right? Which is what many people have to do now. So yeah, I think for me, anybody and everybody that wants to learn.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good. All right, well, I got final thoughts. Okay, this is the last one. Okay, Nydia. Tell me your final thoughts. Tell me about if people are on the fence on trying to do their podcast, what word of advice would you give them on whether to do it or not do it? I mean, what would you give them if they're on the fence? What would you tell them?
Wow. Well, there's this saying that I try to live by, and it's once you're comfortable in a situation, it's time to move on. You need to learn to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I've lived by that for many years, but then when I got to this, I kind of stopped pushing myself so hard to be uncomfortable because I got scared, you know. And I think that one of the things that I want people to know is that there's so much growth involved on this part right here. So don't hold yourself back because it will take you far. And I'm not there yet, but I'm feeling and I have the energy with you guys doing the same thing.
That's good. You have a lot to give. You know, you're really passionate about. You know, we've talked privately. You have a lot of passion. You have a lot of things to give. So I can't wait to see your first podcast.
Thank you.
That's awesome, Jose. Someone's on the fence, what are you going to tell them? What would you give them? Kind of advice?
Somebody that's on the fence, I would say just do it. Put on your Nikes. Just do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the easiest way, and you know, not really fear what anybody else is going to think. You know, we all, you know, we're not going to be perfect. You know, we're not all gold coins to be loved by everybody, but you will find your tribe, right? The tribe that's going to follow you. You know, there's going to be something unique about you that is different from anybody else. So with that, I would just say, just move forward and don't worry about making mistakes. We all make mistakes, and mistakes are there for you to make, to learn off. And that's it. I mean, I'm not worried. If I make mistakes, it's there. It's cool. Mm-hmm. You know, we got great editing to be able to make it look like it's seamless.
Tone.
You know, so, you know,
absolutely.
It's just, you know, just putting the content out there and getting, you know, sending the message out, and it's a big, wide cast, a web that you'll be able to throw out, and somebody will listen to you. And, you know, don't worry. It'll, you know, you put it out there, they will come.
Good thought, right, man. Thank you. Julio?
I think I have to piggyback off of what Jose said. I think you have to just take a leap of faith and do it. I think for many of us, right, we come from a generation that's not driven by video or in social media, right? We grew up on a different spectrum. So this has been very uncomfortable for me, getting in front of a camera and being able to record or talk or say something. And you know, the preparation was important. You know, we've built this amazing studio. We've purchased amazing equipment and tools that will allow us to be able to do what we're trying to do. And I think that's important, right? And for any entrepreneur, right, we continue to reinvest in ourselves, and I think that's important, right? Learn, read books, you know, educate yourself, and don't be afraid to do it. Just like Jose said, get it done, and you know, what's the worst that can happen, right?
This could happen.
Yeah.
This could happen right here.
Right.
We're looking for
Worst that
everything.
can happen is somebody makes you drink in front of a camera, you know?
Right. Alcohol podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
yet, but it's a trial by ear.
Yeah.
But
There we go.
Julio, thank you very much for sharing those thoughts, and everybody, Nydia, Jose, you know, and there was so many good gems here today on just resonating on maybe what you're going through on doing your first podcast, because it's not easy. If you think it's easy, you know, it's not. And if you have something to say, like all of us, we all have something to say because we find life interesting. So with that, I would like to take the time right now to thank my special guests, Julio, Nydia, Jose. Guys, for my first podcast, I don't know how this is going to come out in editing, so I'm going to let Tony do all the magic, but I am 100% grateful for you guys coming on board, sharing that, and it helped me out, and I'm just very, very thankful, you know. So,
Cheers.
all right, thank you very much, and I'd like to special thanks to our media and production director, Mr. Tony Guardado of Guardado. Oh my God. Guardado. Oh, I'm gonna get butchered for that. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying. Guardado Films, and I will get it right. Big Tony, thank you very much. And a special thanks to Mr. Julio Deldo for allowing us to broadcast here at the studio podcast, Remax Sky Studio podcast.
Sky Studio.
You know, so we're so very thankful for that, Julio. Thank you so much.
Of course.
And one final thing. You know, March 21st marked the 6th anniversary of Julio opening up his Remax franchise. And with all, you know, as appreciation, Julio, for all that you've done for me. And of course, the Remax family, you know, I'm very grateful for all the mentorship and just the direction and just getting me out of my shell to do this. I want to thank you. And with that, I got a little special.
Oh, wow.
Here, sir.
Oh.
Wasn't expecting
sir.
Wasn't expecting this one.
Get
Oh, wow.
You get the drink of the
wow.
show,
All
sir.
right.
So
Beautiful.
that's
Thank
for
you,
you.
Joey.
Thank you very much
cheers,
for
brother.
all of it. Thank
Love
you,
you,
man.
man.
I love
Love
you
you.
too, brother.
Thank you.
It's just empty boxes.
It's
right
just
now.
the empty box. You get the box.
So really, what Joey just said is that he poured half this bottle.
Yes, yes.
And he's giving me the other half.
There you go.
No, thank you, my
It's so
brother.
good.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome,
thank
man.
you,
Thank you. And thank you guys for listening. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to my podcast, my first podcast. And if there's anything that you want to listen to or want to engage, please comment, like, and share so we can make this a better show. And that's all I have for you today. So thank you very much, and always make it count.